So today, lads, we're going to be talking a little bit about UConn and how things just seem to be going from bad to worse when it comes to UConn. And it's just, it seems to be, I think he's just passed it. Look, I get it. However many rings Gino's won, I just don't think in the year of 2024, Gino Auriemma's. I don't know if he's the right coach for anyone, to be honest. Like, he was clearly not, as much as Paige likes Gino Auriemma, he was clearly not the right coach for Paige Bueckers. She was as good. It's been 4 years, and she was as good the day she touched down in UConn. And I get it. There's been injuries. There's been other stuff. But, it doesn't look like she's improved even, a lot of skill-wise. It doesn't look like she's improved, strength-wise since her freshman year. Her game is still her game, realistically, and she's just been less aggressive. But now, if you guys wanted to watch the USC game, there was a player that was doing really, really well in that third quarter comeback for UConn. And in fairness, UConn taking the lead was mad, though. And in South Carolina, I think it was the Juju Watkins and one that gave them the lead back. But I'm being honest, this was kind of a mad out game. But if you want to look at the box score, a player that did really, really well for UConn when they played was KK Arnold. KK Arnold in this game, 5 points, played 15 minutes. And then, I understand leaving on Chen, because Chen, in fairness to her, she actually did a decent enough job whenever she was guarding Juju. But, Ice Brady has just not been good this year. Ice Brady, somebody who just can't seem to lose her starting spot. I don't know why. She's been very poor this year. And KK Arnold, I thought, had a very, very good game. And you might be saying, oh, okay, Ice Brady's bigger, but it's they don't play big. They were playing Sarah Strong at the 5 a lot of the game. And then, look, El Alfie barely's playing anymore. They played FUD 8 minutes. But KK Arnold was really good. And now, if you guys did not see it, KK Arnold's mom is on Twitter literally retweeting anti-Gino Auriemma posts. She is retweeting basically anti-Gino posts, which is not good. And, I get it. Look, parents of players are going to be pissed when those players aren't playing. It is what it is. But this just reminds me a little bit of the sides again with Nalissa Smith's family. It just reminds you of that, where it's they're losing, people don't seem to be happy. And look, UConn have not won a game that they had any chance of losing this year. And I get it, it's only 2. I understand. They looked unbelievable. Even against the teams they should be beating by 15. They destroy. Ole Miss was not as close as that. They destroyed Louisville. They lost to Notre Dame. Iowa State aren't that bad. They still got Audie Crooks. And they destroyed them. They beat them by 30, and it could have been 60. They are a team that when they get going look great. But they scored 68 points against Notre Dame. And they scored 70 against USC. Their individual firepower is non-existent, which is scary. For me, it's so scary when you've got Sarah Strong and Paige Bueckers. And from if somebody didn't know who these players were and they were the top recruits, you would look and say, this team has got no firepower. Yeah, you've got some good system players, but individual players go get you a bucket. Yeah, we don't have that. We don't have that here. And I think you have to blame Gino Auriemma to an extent. Look, his rotations have been horrific. His development of players has not been good. Gino, post Stewie, has not had a great track record developing players. Actually, no, I'm not going to say post Stewie. I'll say post Fee. What UConn players came out in 2020? I have no idea. No one was good in 2021. In 2022, I can't remember any UConn players. In 2023, Lou Lopez Seneschal, who became a 5th pick just because she was really good in a pretty bad UConn team at 25 years old. Then 2024, in fairness, Aaliyah Edwards has been pretty good. Nika Mule's been was non-existent as a freshman. And then this year, yeah, you've got Paige Bueckers. Cool. You've got Paige, who chose to come back for a 5th year, who at this stage, for all we know, she could come back for a 6th year, But it might not be even the case. As much as Reddit wants to kill me, Like, Paige Bueckers is no longer the guaranteed number one pick. She's highly likely to be number one. Just because this year's draft, the problem with this year's draft is 3 through 25 are almost interchangeable. Like, I don't know how, like, it is not impossible for Sanaya Rivers or Cheyenne Shellers to be better than whoever goes 3. It's deep. It's a really deep draft, but the top end talent's not really there. Whereas 2024 was kind of the opposite, where it was like the top end talent was the top end talent. But outside of that, it wasn't really the deepest draft. Like, I don't think in this year's draft, Kate Martin would be a third rounder. Like, and she was an OKW player, but not looking good. The whole thing, like, watching back on these games, watching back on these clips, it's like all Paige Bueckers does is back cut. That's her whole role in the offense, is to just cut backdoor. And it's just kind of frustrating to watch a lot of the time, just as a fan, basketball-wise. But sure, look, it is what it is. It is what it is. At the end of the day, it is what it is. We're going to see what we're going to see. And UConn, I don't think either they can live with UCLA. I think UCLA are way better than UConn. I think UCLA are way better than USC. I think Notre Dame. The thing with Notre Dame is that if they're firing on all cylinders, they can beat anyone, but they've so little depth. If two of Citron, Miles, or Hidalgo have a bad game, they could lose to anybody. And the fact is, if Maddie Westbell comes back for Notre Dame, I think Notre Dame are better than both of these teams. But I was really disappointed in UConn because I don't think USC are that good. I just thought UConn were going to be that good, in fairness to them. But I don't see how in the year of 2024, with the way these players are growing up, it's becoming more, these players are more skilled than ever. These players are more skilled individually. They're better at scoring individually than ever. And these players grew up in high school as individual players. I think taking away all their individual freedom and try to make them play a system, the same system you ran 20 years ago, it's not going to work. It's just not going to work. And women's basketball is changing. And I don't, just like no one would have ever said that, just say hypothetical, it's a hypothetical situation. No one would have ever said that like Iverson would fit on the Spurs, or certain like LeBron, or like maybe prime Dwayne Wade wouldn't fit on the modern Warriors. But that's the thing, is like some players are fine in a system, and sometimes systems suit the players, and other times systems make players regress. And we're seeing that with UConn. Number one recruits is automatically going to UConn because it's UConn. And we're seeing Paige not improve one bit through 4 years. We've seen, like, as great as Sarah Strong is a better fit for UConn because she's just 18-year-old Nafisa Collier. So that's one thing. Either way, though, I'll see you guys later.